All right, folks, in this week's YouTube video, we take this stick of concave and we turn it into this. Turn it into all these little heels for hunter heels practicing. So that one stick, practice out, it just kind of went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way down the line. Just shows you the progression of step by step, how you can practice an element and get better at it. Let's get into it. All right, so something I need to work on coming up for a contest this summer is on the foot, we have to do concave with hunter heels. And basically on the front, you're gonna do hunter heels on both heels, and then behind, you're just gonna do a hunter heel on the medial heel. So basically I got this piece, I don't know, it's like 12.5 inches or so. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a heel, chop it off. Do a heel, chop it off. So I'm just kind of taking through that process of trying to figure it out. So this is actually something I don't really have like a ton of experience doing yet. I mean, I've made them in the past, but I haven't done a ton of hunter heels, so there's only one way to learn, for me anyways, is just get out there and do it. So I'll start by trying to get everything to center. Now I just need to kind of wrap that up and see how it comes out. Basically what I'm going to start out by doing is just try to enhance my heel slope I've got. I know, like, one thing you want to do is with concave you want to top it so you can see these lines. Not too unhappy with that. Not too shabby for the first one. Yeah, I'm not too unhappy with the first one here. Got a heel cut on it. Decent enough of foot bearing that can be rasped into center, just depending on the foot. Got strong lines, I think. Let's cut it off and make another one. Alright, we got round two. Start by taking the corner off. Bring it to center, flatten. Let's see how this rasps up and if it got me any closer or not. Aho, aho. Off to the vice I go. Here's number 2. It's got heel cut on it. Now I know you're trying to match this with the angle of the heel buttress, so this would all just be kind of dependent on how upright or low the foot is you're trying to shoe. So it's number 2. Let's make another one. Back in the fire. Got a third one here. Gonna start by necking it up towards center, neck up towards center. Basically what I'm trying to do is I want to get more efficient at making these each time I go. So now we'll put a little heel cut in it. Now I'll go to the vise. Seems to be a little bit quicker so far. Alright, we got our third one. I just tried to go a little bit faster that time. I also tried to make this line here just a little bit narrower and point up a little bit more. So as I'm doing this, I'm trying to get more efficient, basically faster at making these heels each time, but also try to make them better. So I'm gonna do another one. Basically, I'm gonna try to eat up this whole piece of steel here and just keep making hunter heels. So let's do another one. Back to the fire. On to the next one. Center, neck up a little. Flat. Little heel cut. Neck up a little. Neck up a little. Flatten. Now we go rasp it up a little bit quicker. Another one down. A little bit nicer. I think it's looking better. I think there's always room to file down this rim. I think you'd be probably better off to leave the extra rim, because I think something that they don't want to see is if it gets too scant and narrow. But if there's plenty there, you know, I could always rasp some more to get more cut for the angle. But there, I think that's kind of a basic upright style heel. And then our foot bearing surface can point to center. I think we're headed in the right direction. Kind of like I said before just a second ago, try to get faster, keep making more, And let's cut another one off and do another one. Try to get better at them. We know the drill. Back to the fire. Work the center. Up to center. Little neck up. Little neck up. Flatten. Just trying to push that heel around to the center. Do a little heel cut. One thing you always got to be mindful of is when you go to flatten it. Don't flatten from this side, flatten from your foot bearing. Because if you keep flattening from this side, those lines are just going to keep getting wider and wider and more blown out, basically meaning the more you got to rasp off. So I'm content with that to now go rasp it. I'm getting more of a heel cut on there just off the hammer. They're getting closer to just being done off the hammer. The less time you got to rasp on it, way better. Bada bing, bada boom. Got another one. I think we're getting closer to a good product. Getting happier with them. I think they're turning out a little bit better. I think kind of one thing you can take away from this exercise and what I'm doing is I'm not having to go through and make a whole shoe just to figure out how to make the heels. So if you're struggling with the heel aspect, just break it down and work on building just the heel, you know, because you might get lost and be like, oh shit, I'm screwing up my toes, but I'm also screwing up my heels. So if you could just focus on heels, you don't got to worry about your toes. So if you're screwing up your toes, just cut a bunch of steel lengths, I guess, that you kind of want for horses to use, and do 10 toe bends all at one time. So this is kind of an exercise that I use like to try to get better at one element. So if it's heel calks, I'm doing this and I'm just making heel calks over and over. So still got more steel to use up, so let's make another heel. Alright, you know the drill. From here, back in the fire. Alright, same as always. Knock the corner off. Knock the corner off, work towards the center. Neck it up a little bit. Heel cut. Work towards center. Sometimes it's easier just to get to this point, and now I'm just kind of going back and forth with my hammer blows, like pushing it one way, pushing it the other way, and just kind of being counterproductive. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to the vise, because I know it's pretty dang close to being there, and by me just hitting it with my hammer over and over, I'm just going to keep fighting it. So to save time, now's the time to go to the vise and wrap this up. Another one. Got to keep the train moving. And I'm not worried about like these rasp marks on the foot side, because after you get done rasping at this point, you still got to go back in the fire. You're going to flatten it out again, and they're just going to disappear. So, yeah. Cut this off, make another one. You know the drill. Back to the fire. So we got a few more left out of this section of steel here. Just working towards center and connect up a little. Heel cut. Flat on the foot side. Another one down. Time to rasp it up. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Another one down. Getting happier and happier with them the more we keep doing them. A little bit more steel left. Let's get to it. Here we go again. Back in the fire. Getting down to the very little bits of how much is left. Let's see. Got about 6 inches left. So we started with about 12 and a half, 12 and 3/4. Now we've used up about 6 inches, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heels down there. So that's not too bad. Knock the outside corner off. Inside corner, work towards center, flatten, neck up a little, neck up a little, work towards center. Cut. Flatten. Now I'm just kind of fiddle dinking around, trying to see what more I can do on the hammer. Yeah, that shouldn't take too much to rasp up. I'm a little bit more narrower on my foot side, which is okay. But I've got heel cut in there. And then now, let's go to the vise. Alright, so I tried to leave this one here like pointy, right at the buttress. So I think that's kind of what you really want. And that would be the heel buttress, like fit right on there. No boxing, hardly ever, just enough to take that sharp edge off. We're getting closer. Yeah, so the thing that I think is kind of cool about doing it this way, or implementing this style of practicing, is like you can see the progression quickly versus just seeing little tidbits of progression if you were just build each shoe, the whole shoe each out every time. So that's one thing that's kind of nice, and it helps build some confidence. And if you have confidence, you know, just like anything in this world, like you can get better at anything. So got a little bit more steel left on this to cut and make some more heels. Well, we've been over this a time or two before. Back to the fire. Got another one. We're getting short on our piece. thing is the more you do them back to back, you're creating muscle memory. Muscle memory actually helps out quite a bit with anything, really. Even with your everyday horseshoeing, your muscles start to remember just how to hold feet and everything. Okay, a little bit quicker. Rasp it up. Another one down. I think we're getting better and better as we go. That's the objective. I think there's enough on here to maybe get one more or two more, so let's do it. Back to the fire. On our heel. Knock the outer edge off. This is the hard part about getting to the end of the last little bit of steel. Flatten, put the heel cut into it. This is going to be the last one I make. We're just getting too short. Now we wrap it up. Well, I reckon this is going to be my last one out of this stick. Just getting to be too short where I can barely get to the edge of the anvil and hold it flat. So this will be my last one. And I kind of dolled it up just a little bit more just because I think it deserved it, and they have improved. So let me know what you guys think kind of about this practice system, I guess, for figuring out an element, or if there is an element that you would like me to, practice for you guys to see on how I'd go about it. Drop it in the comment. Let me know, and I'll try and see what I can do. Try to fit it in with what I'm practicing and getting ready for. So drop a comment, subscribe, hit the like button. Appreciate it. See you at the next one.